Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today, getting back on the 73. Actually gonna work on some door panels here. I think I described it in an earlier video. I can't remember. It's been a minute. But we got a little bit of rot in the lower portions of the door here. Not super bad. But as you can see, I tried to do a little body work, or I started doing a little body work on it. Quite a few dents, low spots, whatnot, up here where they had drilled 4 or 5 holes for 3 or 4 different mirror configurations or whatever. So I went ahead and just stripped the whole door, got the glass out, the track out. I think I left the door handle in there. Yep. As I was working on this, and I was working on the other side as well. I had got them both off and was looking at them. So I looked up on LMC, and you can buy these door skins. Like I say, I might have mentioned it earlier in the video months ago. You can buy these door skins for almost nothing. I'm talking like $12, $20, something like that. I can't remember. It wasn't a lot. So instead of spending all kinds of time trying to get these low spots and dings and dents and everything fixed in it. And I'm not making a show quality truck here. We're not taking it to the Concours de Leon. I just want it to look good. So for the 20 bucks or whatever it was to order door skins, we just ordered door skins. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna cut this thing off and put you over here. I just wanted to show you the outside of this thing. Let's flip it back over. I don't know if you can hear a little bit of the rust and cracklies going on inside, but we're going to start by getting all the, you can see where it's spot welded on. A lot of people just grind it off, and that's what I'm going to do, is just grind out the spot welds and try to peel back the layer on this. Getting through here might be a little more difficult. Anyway, on the new ones, like I say, I got them right over here. You can see it's got a lip that sticks down. I don't want to make a mess here. That's what folds around the actual frame of the door. So we want to get that off and just leave the frame. That's a perfect example right there of how you got the frame of the door and the door skin goes around it. So let's cue the music and grind. Okay, let me show you what I got done here. Not a lot. Ground out those welds a little bit. I just hadn't got up to here yet. As you can see, just using a pair of channel locks, peeling it back like a can opener. I'll see what I can get done here. I know I'm gonna cut it off. It's just above the dip. The dent is what they call it in the dent side, but it's just gonna be just above that. So yeah, I'm gonna continue to just peel this back I don't want to go too far up because where I'm going to cut it off. I'm going to try to cut it off here and still leave plenty so we can creep up to it. So yeah, I mean, this is what I'm doing. We got to peel all this back. So like I say, going through here to find the spot welds might be a little difficult. May just get out the electric grinder, just grind this whole edge right here off. That'd probably be the quickest and easiest way to do it. So yeah, let me break out the grinder. Me 4 or 5 hours of grinding on this, so give me just a second. All right, guys, came back right quick, show you what I got done. I did just grind this edge, and as you can see, the door panel just kind of popped open. If I can get right in there, just kind of pops right open. So I thought I'd take my hammer and chisel, whoop, don't lose that, and just try to cut with the chisel where the spot welds are. I think that's going to be a bad idea. So I think what I'm going to do is just peel it up like this and go to each one and just grind it off, because I don't really want to do that in every spot. I don't. Over here where I ground them out, you can see like that one. It's not really pulled away, I don't think. Maybe I haven't gone all the way through. I don't know. There you can see like this one. Pull that skin back some. There it goes. So I'll have that ground down like that. I think that's the better route to take, is not to rip it. I don't know if it'll hurt it or anything like that. But I mean, I don't know, it's not going to hurt it. I just prefer to do it that way. I think that's going to be a better way to do it. That's just me. Maybe I'm a wacko. I am. No. Well, yeah, that's what I think I'm going to do. But I did get all that separated up to, this point up here, all across the bottom. That was super quick. That didn't take me 10 minutes. Let me pull my earplug out. Yeah, that didn't take me 10 minutes to do that. So the 15, 20, 10 minutes worth of grinding that I did on here, and I could have just, you live and you learn. We'll do that on the next one for sure. So yeah, I just thought I'd bring you an update, show you what I got done so far. Let me go ahead and strip this back side of this door skin back to where we can cut it off, and I'll bring you back. All right, guys, I'm back. Got the door panel flipped over. We got a floppity door skin. The other one, the new one, as dirty as it is, you can see how it has the dip right there that comes up, which is right here. So what I think I'm going to do is take my cutoff wheel and basically trace this line, the top of this dip. I'm gonna get in focus. The top of this dip right here, all the way across. And that'll leave me what looks to be about an inch or so above. That way I can set it on there, measure out, so forth. Yeah, that. So yeah, let's set y'all up right over here. Give you a little angle tilt. Cutting tools. All right. No, here. Yep, give me that. Okay, at this point, I didn't cut out here because I don't want to cut into my door frame. And I don't know exactly what the best route is to take this up. So I think what I might do is just cut a section right here and come across to where I do have it back here. And then I can deal with just that little spot. I'll do the same thing on this other side because I did the same thing. I didn't cut all the way through. I am through right here. So, or maybe just take my grinder and grind this off. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll just grind this edge off like I did these. And that'll get my door skin free if I just clip that edge. That's what I'll do. So, we need a grinding machine. Fella ought to get 2 cords out, you know it? I used to have one hanging from the ceiling. It decided to quit working. It was too much trouble to mess with it. So let's knock this down. Put on another glove. Don't want to end up with a digit cut. These are pretty good gloves too. Got them on Amazon. I think everything comes from Amazon nowadays. Yep, cut through it just enough. Whoop. Check it out, fellas. We opened up a door. Ladies too, I'm sorry, my bad. I do have a few females that do watch the channel, and I appreciate you. Speaking of watch the channel, I'd like to take this opportunity to tell you all thank you very much. Please like, subscribe, tell your mom and them. Anyway, yeah, we got her opened up. A little bit of surface rust here and there. Looks like it used to be galvanized. I'm gonna get the vacuum and vacuum up all the crusties. I think I'll tighten those up, bang on them with a hammer a little bit. Loud. That's where the, well, maybe I probably ought not bang on them with a hammer because that's the adjustability of your door. Tap them in just a smidge, just so they're not rattly. Yeah, see, they still move a good bit. That's a lot of adjustment in a door, you know what I mean? Anyway, yeah, we'll clean all this up, get the vacuum out, suck all that up. We got some goos and whatnots here. Apparently some speakers go in that door as an option. Did not know that. That's what that is. Speaker hole. Yeah, that's, and what I am going to do while I have it open, after I vacuum it and clean it all up, I got that spray rust converter stuffuses. We're going to spray this inside, convert all this surface rust because it just takes too much time to try to clean it all up. You could be there for hours and hours and hours. We'll get it all cleaned up. Then we'll paint the inside of this, tractor paint it, well, implement paint, whatever. Just because. Keep it from rusting further, I suppose. That means I got to take my door latching hookies and stuffuses off too. After we get it painted, then we'll put in sound deadener on the inside of this. As you can see, it's not real strong. So we want to strengthen that up a little bit, sound deaden it. I know the window bracket has to go in here too, but this is the perfect opportunity. If you're doing this, and you cut your door skins off like I have, take the opportunity to put sound deadener in there. In 1973, they did not care too much about your comfortable ride. These trucks were made to be utilitarian. So yeah, let me grab my vacuum. I'm gonna pull this stuff out. I'll just leave it running. What the heck? Watch this. All right, guys, we got it all cleaned up and everything. This is what I use. It stops rusts and prepares rusted surfaces for paint. That's what it does. All I did was put it in a little spray bottle. Sorry, got to turn said spray bottle on. And then hope that it works. Okay, you're making a liar out of me. You're supposed to be able to just spray it on. Well, I know it sprays on. There she goes. And I do it in a mist, because that's what it tells you to do. But you just cover it, and it has a rotten egg smell. Just almost coat everything in here. I should be wearing a respirator. It is an acid, basically. I'll just make sure I get a good liberal coat all over it. And voila. We'll let that set. I think it sets overnight. I'll probably grab some boxes or something to throw underneath it, because the last time I did it over here, well, you can't tell over there now. When I did the frame, it dripped down. It tries to convert the concrete also. Don't know what it's converting to, but it tried to convert to concrete. So yeah, that's as far as I'm gonna take it for this evening. I'm gonna go in, enjoy the family, watch some TV. You know, we'll bring you back tomorrow, all right? Okay, guys, I'm back next day. Well, 2 days. It's been 2 days. I went ahead, painted the door, got the inside of it painted with the tractor paint or equipment paint, or what is that stuff? Farm implement paint. There we go. But yeah, we got it painted, it's dried. I went ahead and started putting the matting, the sound deadening. That's what that stuff's called. The kill mat. Putting it in. Back in the day, we used those. Yeah, started putting that in. Got the light up here so we can kind of see up in there. You don't have to cover. And I mean, unless you're like serious car stereo competition type stuff, you don't have to cover every square centimeter, millimeter, megameter, whatever. You don't have to cover it all. Getting good coverage really is the difference between and that's, well, you didn't even see me bang. This is that high-pitched, teeny sound. So, stick it here on the tripod and go get me a couple of pieces. This stuff is like super simple, man. If you can, well, if you can eat crayons, you can put on kill mat. Those that know, know. And I'm just kind of putting it in here. Now, this I will move around. There we go. And I put a glove on because your fingers glide over a whole lot easier with a glove on. And I'm intentionally going over the top of that speaker hole, which I didn't know these had speaker holes in the doors, so now I do. And as you can see, it'll contour in real good. I use the roller to get into the little spaces. You use the end of it, real easy to get in there. But it's easier than using your finger most of the time because you can push harder with it and it don't hurt as much. Get it? Doesn't hurt. Anyway, yeah. And make sure we got good adhesion. There we go. And you could take the heat gun and heat this up. In fact, in the instructions, it tells you, I don't remember the exact temperature. It says 60. So if it's cooler than 60 degrees, you can use a heat gun. I know, like I said back in the day when I did car stereos, I used Dynomat, which is an excellent product. I just couldn't find any. Killmat seems to be the new Dynomat. Anyway, we'd heat it up. Same stuff, polybutyl tape basically. But we use a heat gun, heat up the surface, heat up the Dynomat, Killmat, and it would stick really good. Now, I'm gonna move you over this way just a little bit. Well, how about if I move you over this way a little bit? That way you can see what I'm fixing to do. Because I'm actually gonna bring this down and up this lip. And I'm hoping it works out and it doesn't make me look like an idiot some more. Yeah, there we go. You don't want to lay it on there too much because it will stick to it. And this stuff's fairly forgiving, it seems. And what I mean by that is you can mold it pretty decent and it sticks real nice. This is the first time I've used Killmat, so. Oh yeah, it went right around that corner. This inside corner here, it just kind of, the aluminum on the outside just kind of folded up around itself. Contoured real nice. Y'all think I'd professionally done this or something? Wow, that looks good. That chain's kind of annoying. And this just, I'm making sure the bubbles, there's no air bubbles in it. Making sure she sticks down real decent. Yeah. So that turned out real nice. I like that. Just kind of went up that ramp there. Let's stick another piece over here. This is where I don't know the bit. I'm laying them down to see what I can get away with. Yeah, I think that'll work. Let me get I'm gonna take a Sharpie. Just kind of pick me a spot here. And what I'm gonna do is cut that. I don't know if you can see that Sharpie doesn't come up real well on that aluminum foil, but it's right here. And I'm just gonna use a razor knife. Ruin my razor knife more than anything. There. Voila. Now we can go back over here and peel the backer off. Maybe I should have left that on there. And it could have went up the side like I did that side of it. It'll be all right. Cover as much as you can and as much as you can afford, because this stuff ain't stupid cheap. I mean, it's not stupid expensive, but it ain't cheap. And in my opinion, it's worth every nickel. Because it will make a huge difference on your comfort, riding comfort. Yeah. Now this piece here, I'm just going to take a little bit off that. I'll be right back. Yeah, we'll do that. It'll work. Like I said, I definitely wanted to get this on before I put this door skin on, because getting the back side of this from the when this is covered, from the inside of the truck is super pain in the butt. This will make a huge difference, and it's fairly easy to do. Oh yeah. Trash. Now, these pieces that I had cut off from earlier, they're back. Look at that. Yeah, down there. Yeah, see, that'll fit in there. And then we got this piece. I'm gonna slap it over there or over there. Shoot, anywhere. Yeah, this piece will go real nice over here. I'm not too worried about covering holes or anything like that, because this stuff you cut right through it. It's not hard at all. The aluminum backing on this is not stupid. Well, it's not thick, and it also helps with temperature. So, it is temperature reflective. So it'll also help with the temperature in the truck. Good place for this. Yeah, I'm just gonna stick it over there. What the heck? Can't hurt anything. Can only help. That looks like a great spot right there. Ta-da! So that, I mean, I don't know how long that took. 5 minutes? 10 minutes? Whatever it was. I don't think it was that long. Anyway, but yeah. That's all done. And I will have to come back in where things come through the door or whatever, or the door handle, the window crank. If we put speakers in, I'll have to come back in with a speaker right there. So yeah, like I say, I painted up in there best I could. So yeah, and now we're gonna do a little fitment. I did cut the door skin back further and matched it up decent. Been a little bit of work off camera. Put a backer plate in on these and just tack welded it. I got one of those little hole punchy thingies for the metal. This is pretty, I mean, even though this is thick, these are a lot thicker than the new cars. It's still pretty flimsy. So you got to be careful. You don't want to heat it up too much. Otherwise it turns into a warped mess. That's what I'm going with. Here's our panel. And these being what they are, you kind of got to line it up the best you can, like such. I was just attacked by a bug. Sorry about that. But yeah, and you can see where I popped the little holes. So I'm going to break out the welding machine, hit a couple of tacks on it, get this thing kind of sort of started in spot. Sorry about that. Scared me. Gas. Machine. And hood. So I'm going to try get this lined up decently. And I'm feeling where the door cups in versus where this is at. I'm gonna give it just a smidge of a push. And tack it right there. All right. So I'm gonna move you guys just a little bit. Grab a screwdriver. Give her a little pry. I don't like how that went. I messed it up bad. I pushed it in and got my edges, I think, too close right there. So now it's overlapping up here. So now I gotta grind that back out. Okay. Maybe we can pop it up. I only kind of doubt it. Okie dokie. That ain't working. Yep, we screwed that one up. Let me see what I can come up with here. Find me a drill. And a spot weld tool. Hang on, I'll be back. Okay. The one time I weld something really good. It's not gonna let me just take it out, is it? Well, now, by golly. Okay. Now I got to get rid of that. Take two. We should get some clamps. I have this clamp. I should probably use it this way. Yeah. And then I got this clamp. We'll have to move our ground. Okay. And this is why videos become so daggum long. I'm trying to find the tightest spot, which I think is right here. Do it first. doesn't work if you don't have a ground on. Y'all knew that though, didn't you? Except for right there where I screwed it up the first time, it all went pretty good. Now, let's see if I can get this right in here, like that. These very corners are the ones I was worried about the most. Okay. We got her tacked in. Not real beautiful, but it's tacked in. Kind of a hole there. We're a little bit high right there. But I think we're still within, maybe not. I may have to eliminate a little bit of that, but this is coming out pretty decent. Yeah, it's on now. Now all I've got to do is bang it on there. Yeah, so we got little holes all the way around. We got to fold this lip under. Yeah. Looking good. So I guess I'll just keep body working this around. And then I'll come back and straighten all this out because I want to get it on there first. And then I'll come back and clean these up. Like I say, I'll have to run my grinder, take the little Ziz wheel and just kind of score that off a little bit because it's a little bit overlap there. You know, because I make perfectly straight cuts. That means this door panel is crooked. Yeah. Yeah, I think that'll work. We got a little bit of stuff here. It's a reproduction panel anyway. They're never perfect, so you got to work them. And I'm not a huge fan of body work, but I don't hate it. But yeah, this is going to be fun. I don't have big dents in the door now, so a little bit scuffed up, but we're gonna paint it anyway, so yippee. Okay, well, let me work on this a little bit. I'm gonna have to drag the other door out. It's over there. We gotta do the same thing to it because it's all banged up. That side of the truck, I believe, got hit down at the bottom because it's really bowed in bad. That's what really helped me make the decision on buying these skins. Anyway, yeah, let me pause the video, work on this for 6 or 7 hours, get it all tacked in and cleaned up, and then I'll bring you back. So hang on. Hey, welcome back, guys. It's been a couple of days. I've been working on this door, working on the F-150, so I throw some extra videos in there too. I tried to video a little bit of it. Body work is just not a good video maker. I know I've said that before, but a lot of my footage, I don't know what happened. My SD card got corrupted. So I lost a good bit of video. I think on my last video, we did a quick update on what I was going on with the door, but So far, this is what it looks like. I got some glaze throwed on it. Where we got it all body worked out. I got a couple little high spots here and there. I think that's going to be okay because we're not going for a show truck. So I guess we're going to sand this down and hopefully get it all sanded out today. I want to get it all sanded out today so that I can get some primer on it, some filler primer, smooth that out. So I guess you can watch me sand some more. If I can find my stuff to sand with. So just want to smooth it out. Camera cut off. So I cut it back on. Let's see how long it'll last. Okay, at this point, I'm using some 220 on a soft block. I think it's 220 or is it 320? Pretty sure it's 220. Yeah, it's 220. Okay. I'm just using some 220 to smooth it out. That way when I spray on the filler primer, it starts out smooth. I'm not really digging in, just eliminating a lot of the smaller scratches. That's why I'm not so worried about going in. You're supposed to go in like a 45-degree up and down motion with the panel. Not so much worried about that. It's just kind of smoothing it out a little bit. I did that up here already. We do it on this side. Come here, I'll show you. This is a prime example. You can see in here, I hope it picks it up, these little scratches. And you can see how they're X patterned. And that's all I'm trying to smooth those out a little bit so they're not quite so rough. That's why you're not too worried about the pattern I go in. Because I'm taking off some material, but not a whole lot. And they're not all gonna go away. They're not gonna just completely disappear. But at the same time, we wanna make sure our edges are smooth, good transition. See, I mean, this is really smooth now. I'm not even catching a fingernail really, but you can still see them. So they're not too deep. I did this up here earlier. There. So, and this is where I welded it together. I look back on the videos. I don't know if I showed that or not. The whole thing anyway. But yeah, she's all smoothed out now. We'll blow her down, wipe her off. We'll rough up all this right here. Like I say, I'm not going to be real worried about these little dents like that. Because like I say, I'm not building a SEMA truck or a show truck or anything like that. I'm building a driving truck. So let me get this all sanded up. And we're going to shoot a little bit of primer on it. So I guess you can sit here and watch. She'll be back in about 40 minutes. That's what she said. "40 minutes. I don't know where she's going, but. Where did she get 40 minutes from? Think we're getting there. I'm not too worried about the inside. Just want to get the outside for now. Apparently my camera cut off because it got too hot. It's just barely 80 degrees out here. I know that because my attic fan, Eve fan, fanning me thingamabobber, comes on at 80 degrees and it just came on. Come on, GoPro. I'm just back taping all this now. Most everybody knows what back taping is. It's when you put tape on the back of something so you can paint it. Funny. I did turn on my big fan if there's a big noise in the background. Trying to keep the dust out of here. Not that dust is a big concern in filler primer. You get back to your sealer and your base coat, that's a big concern. Of course, I mean, that's not a non-concern. I don't know how else to say that. I got something in my throat. What I was saying was, you do want to keep as much dust out of it as possible at all times. But it's not a major concern. It's not going to affect the outlook, I guess. I don't think. This is all my opinions. I have no professional training whatsoever. Now we'll do the outside. Same story, different verse. Same song, different verse. However that goes. Go. Okay, we got it back taped. Now we got our paper. A lot of guys use the plastic stuff. I don't have any plastic stuff. I don't know what to say. Oh, we gotta shut the big fan off. We may not have enough paper. Just kind of lay it on there. It ain't got to be super duper pretty. Just got to keep the paint out. Ta-da! What in the world's in here? Slide the trash can over here a little closer. Usually razor blades help put this in a lot better, but I just don't want to go grab a razor blade. Where you at? Tape's over there. I told you, bodywork videos are not very good. Now I'm just putting in a little piece of tape here and there to where I folded it over so that it doesn't like catch dirt. And then right after I said, dirt really ain't gonna matter much. And for the most part, the back taping around it and stuff is just to help keep the overspray from going under. Not a huge deal right now. That's because I didn't want to paint my stand. Now, we got to get the paint out. And I got the high quality Duplicolor filler primer from the O'Reillys. Now we got to shake it. Shake, shake, shake. We got our shakety-dakety shake tool out. And as good as these things are at shaking, I don't know how they expect you to keep that can in there, because every time I've shaken one, that can goes launching across the shop. So I usually put some duct tape on it when I can find my duct tape. I take some El Cheapo duct tape. Come on now. Rip me off a chunk of that Kit Kat bar. And I tape it across there. Yeah, a little bit of a stretch. Make sure she got a hold to it. And that kind of sort of helps keep the can from launching on me. Sometimes. Tape's starting to come undone. Oh, my tape's breaking. Okay, dokie. Let's try it. And I can tell you from experience, you may think these little shakers are ridiculous, but you will never shoot a better can of paint after using one of them shakers. Not if you sit here and do this for an hour. Oh yeah, lays out smooth. Now I have shaken these things until the can gets hot. That's usually a long time of shaking. But it lays down really, 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 really good when you do that. So here we go. And I'm just doing a quick thin coat to start with. I don't know how many coats we'll put on here. All of them. I do know exactly how many. We're gonna put them all on there. The old can is spitting and sputtering a little bit. That's normal. I mean, it's a spray can. I didn't think shooting that upside down would work. She's spitting bad. Ooh, I don't think. I don't know what that was, but it was giant. I'm gonna go ahead and thicken this window frame up, because I really didn't have to do any body work to it, other than trying to get that black spray paint. Somebody painted like almost the whole truck in black spray paint. They did a decent job, but you could definitely tell it was spray paint. I'm definitely laying on a much thicker coat this time. And I don't like to say, I'll put several coats on here because this is this is liquid body filler, basically. Now you can buy the good stuff, you know, PPG, P&G, whatever that stuff is. We got wildlife floating around out here. You can buy the good quality stuff, spray it with a gun. It's thicker. They're usually a two-part epoxy primer type stuff. And I guarantee you they probably, well, I don't guarantee. I gotta quit saying things like that. I can't guarantee you, but I almost promise you money that it'll shoot out better than this rattle can from Duplicolor. And not to say Duplicolor's bad, because Duplicolor's been really good stuff. I've done a lot of other things with it. So. Getting kind of low on the can here. Must be how I'm angling the can. Well, that definitely doesn't like that. The vast majority of this will get sanded. I am trying not to make runs, but there's splatter coming out of this can, some kind of serious. And you can see lots of pinholes. Trying to find that sweet spot. So that's one can. I'm gonna let this dry 15, 20 minutes. We'll got another can. We'll shoot it again. So I'll bring you back after a while. Okay guys, I'm back. I put another 2 coats on the door, and this is a good opportunity to show you what a little bit of primer can show you. And I don't have a light. Let me see if I can find a light, because it'll help, I think. No light in there. Huh. Hey, I know where a light's at. That one right there, that's a good light. I did get the other door out. As we're going along and we're priming this thing, we noticed some things like that right there. I thought it was all smooth. Apparently not. And you can still see like the scratches from the sandpaper and stuff in there, but it's mostly like the little holes. I don't know if that light's helping or not. Doesn't, no, heck no. The light makes it worse. Let's set that over there. Like the places I missed, and we'll come back with some putty, filler putty, and fill that in. Little things like that. And like I said, I'm not going for a show quality shine here, but like where the Bondo doesn't quite, look at that, doesn't quite smooth in there, it comes out. There's another couple of spots like right there where I didn't feather the filler. Feather the filler, properly flippily. Along here's kind of rough. A lot of that stuff will sand down and get covered with the primer, the filler primer that we put on there. The filler primer is mostly for filling in small scratches, like these small scratches right here. When you smooth that off, it'll fill that in because you're going to sand all that down. It will, however, not fill that. So yeah, we'll have to come back with a little bit of glaze. That's what I'm thinking of. A little bit of glazing putty. Fill that in, sand it back smooth. I did catch me a critter. So yeah, that's it for now on the door. Like I said, I did pull out the other one. I'm not even going to bother filming it because it's going to take a lot. We got a little bit of oopsie down here. This bows in. I don't know if somebody bounced off a tree or what, but it's got a big old dip right there. Really bad. A lot worse than I ever thought it was. I never saw that when I bought it. Of course, it was down at the bottom, but hey. Yeah, we got a skin for this one too. You can see I already started on it a couple of months ago. When I found out I could buy this bottom door skin for $12, and then I'll put another $30 worth of, or $50, $100 worth of body filler in it. But it'll be a lot easier than pulling that out, I promise. And you can't fix that. That's just gone. Anyway, yeah, so we're gonna wrap this one up. I know it's not a great video, and I apologize, but that's where we ended up here. I think we'll probably stick it back on the truck and finish up the small things on it. Kind of running out of space here in the shop anyway, but it needs to get back on the truck, get it lined up, make sure our door panels are looking good. Then we can finish it out. The top of it came out really nice. I mean, the window frame, it came out. Of course, I didn't do anything to it. But like up through here, I can see a little bit of scratching from, I had to fill in, there was like 5 or 6 holes along there. Like they just stuck new mirrors. I don't know, the mirrors like the wazoo on it. Anyway, I thank you everybody for watching. Please like, subscribe, turn on your notifications, let you know when I'm putting out a video. Like I said, I do apologize. Body work is just not good video material. Anyway, thanks for watching. Share the videos, like the videos. Please subscribe. Our viewership is up. Oh man, we got lots of viewers, just not a lot of subscribers. I thank every single one of you for at least watching. What else? Oh yeah, don't forget to tell your mom and them. And if you ain't doing something, you ain't doing nothing.